Who I believe to be the true birthers of choosing beggars, it's entitled parents.
Our first one is from Street Blackberry 174. My 40 female parents are divorced because my dad cheated. If you want the full details, I posted the story and relationship advice a few years ago. I don't know if I'm allowed to post links to other subreddits here, but you should be able to find it on my profile. I guess you could consider this an update. But the short version is, my mom found out my dad was cheating and started divorce proceedings. As a result, my dad got vindictive and allowed and encouraged his mistress to get vindictive towards my mom. When his mistress broke up with him, he tried to come crawling back to my mom, who shut the door in his face, and he spent the whole divorce process lashing out at my mom, me, and my other siblings, and our kids, to the point where we all had to go no contact. Anyway, the divorce was finalized. Dad and his mistress have been on again, off again. They had a kid together. There was some drama where he denied the kid was his, but he got a paternity test done and it turns out it is his. Anyway, he showed up at my door a few weeks ago and told me he was going to stay with me. Not asked, told. And not just that, but he told, not asked, that while he was there, my husband and I needed to move into the guest room so he could have our room because it has an en-suite. And you know, he needs that. As you can imagine, I put my foot down. Hard. I told him after everything he did, how dare he darken my doorstep? And worse, not even to apologize. Not even to ask how I am, or how his grandkids are. But to dictate to me that he is staying in my house. I'm normally a pretty calm, go-with-the-flow kind of person. But I just lost it and screamed all the things he did to us. The vindictive attacks, the way he used my kids as weapons to get back at me, the smear campaigns he led against my mom. He screamed back, "When you came home crying after your breakup with your ex, I let you stay in my house, eat my food, moon about in your room. I let you come home. I didn't act like a complete bitch." To be clear, the breakup he's talking about was when my former fiancé cheated on me with multiple women. Oh, and also, for anyone who hasn't read my previous post, it's not his house, it's my mom's. And he tried to steal it from her during the divorce to give to his bratty mistress. I just shut the door on him. Long story short, police had to be called as my dad refused to leave. I found out today why he tried to stay with me. His mistress has been bleeding him dry with child support and alimony. I think they've broken up for good. He's had to sell every asset he had, and now he's broke. I know this because he's staying with my uncle, his brother, and he called to let me know. The saddest and funniest part about all this is how my dad won't stop talking about how heartless and ungrateful I am to anyone who will listen. And he's posting passive-aggressive posts on his Facebook about how you do everything for your kids, but then they throw you to the curb. This whole ordeal over the last few years has been hard. I've been going to therapy and have been slowly coming to terms with the fact that my father isn't the man I thought he was, and likely never will be. But this, it brought back a lot of hurt. I can't believe he would do this. I just don't understand how someone can do this, can behave this way. But it is what it is. But anyway, my dad, the entitled, vindictive little a-hole, everyone. Never thought I'd be able to say that, but here we go. I don't know how that dad expects any of his kids to bend over backwards if that's literally how he behaved and treated everybody all for his mistress that is no longer really there but claiming money from him anyway. I can't help but feel this dad is catching real karma. And our final one is by Aggressive EBB 8479. I, 24 female, grew up very close to my mother, 53 female. We were very close and we did a lot of activities together. She got divorced when I was little and has since remarried with the man I consider one of my role models in life, while still maintaining my connection with my bio dad. Over the years, and since moving out of the house, I noticed some very unsettling tendencies coming out of the relationship I have with my mom. I met a man in college and we started dating. Everyone was introduced and things were great. This man is now my fiance. As time went on and our relationship became more solidified and serious, my mom has started preferring that just myself come home to visit now. She complains about being a hostess and wanting to do whatever she wants to do and not have to wait on everyone by making meals, cleaning up after us, etc. I get confused by this since this started coming up. We were in college and living independently. We don't need to be cared for. I do have a younger brother in the home that still needs that kind of support. Food, water, shelter, but I've been out of that phase for years. She had a mental breakdown at my college graduation because she saw my bio dad from a distance and refused to continue into the ceremony because it was all too much for her. My bio dad and my remarried father both get along great. No one has any issues except for her. She makes comments on vacations when it's just us, without my fiance, about how this might be the last vacation like this. This is how it could have been. And it makes me so upset. I love my fiance very much and want them to be included, but she makes all these remarks about the opposite. It's pushing me away. A week before I got engaged, she asked me privately if I could not post anything when I do get engaged because the thought of me being engaged makes her physically ill. And she asked if I could wait 2 years to get engaged because it would be more convenient for herself since she would be done with her master's program by then. I told her none of that is in my control, and it is a once-in-a-lifetime moment that I would like everyone to share in, so I cannot make that promise to not share it online with everyone. She started crying and listing all the problems she had with family members, and socializing and big events. It was all about her. She refused to get counseling and says, "God will get me through it." She clearly needs help and sees me as her confidant, but I can't help her when it involves putting my own life on hold. I tried to wait a little bit to tell her I got engaged when it happened, and I told her I had a date set, but as of right now, she's had problems with my bridesmaids I've picked out, the dates I have reserved, and doesn't want me to try on any dresses with anyone, even if it's just for fun, because it's a mother's thing. I want to give my bio dad some time during my wedding as well, walking down the aisle and dance, but I know my mother will throw a very strong opinion on that. At this point, I'm closer with my future mother-in-law, and will have her support instead. I feel like when it comes to weddings, nobody that is literally not actually getting married should have any kind of real say to how things play out, because at the end of the day, it's not their wedding. And when the mom, in this case, is acting so entitled to pretty much have things her way, it's not Burger King. If she wants it her way, she's gotta go there. I really do hope everything ends up going well though for the OP. Alright, that's enough entitlement for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Entitled Parents. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.